Hi, I'm Hannah, and I am going to be explaining everything you need to know about a niche. A niche is the dynamic of each individual species in an environment. It includes how it receives food and shelter, how it survives, and reproduction. A niche also includes competitive exclusion factors. Competitive exclusion is when two species within one habitat compete for the same resources and therefore can't coexist equally. For example, a seal population shared a habitat with a penguin population. They would compete for food and shelter. Then populations of the two species would fluctuate due to the limiting factor of competitive exclusion. This competition within a niche is essential for the carrying capacity of a habitat. Another factor in a niche is how abiotic and biotic organisms work together. A few examples of abiotic organisms are seashells. Seashells are part of an ocean niche. They protect specific sea creatures from harm. Another example is rocks, which inhabit many different environments and can provide shelter and protection to many species. Abiotic means that it is a non-living factor in a habitat, but biotic is anything living. Examples of some biotic species are plants like succulents and flowers, which even though are not moving and breathing, they are still biotic living creatures. Plants inhabit almost every environment and provide oxygen while they take in carbon dioxide. Animals are also biotic. Koalas are a biotic species in Australian eucalyptus trees. Other animals, such as ducks, fall under biotic creatures as well. Environment is where a niche is located. There are billions of environments on Earth, including desert, jungle, ocean, and more. Habitats are the specific location of an environment. Like within an ocean environment, a sea turtle lives near a coral reef. Each niche has a population. A population only includes one species. Different populations live among each other. Multiple populations living together is referred to as a community. An example of a community is different types of fish coexisting in the same part of the ocean. Symbiosis is another factor of a niche. Some examples of symbiosis is mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. A bee or hummingbird transferring the pollen of a flower is beneficial for both organisms. Therefore, it is an example of mutualism. A sea anemone and a clownfish is an example of commensalism because the clownfish is benefited, but sea anemone is neutrally affected. Another example of commensalism is a bird on a zebra's back, because commensalism means that the zebra remains unaffected, but the bird is benefited. Parasitism is when a host is negatively affected and the parasite is benefited. The egg on the bottom left is the host of a parasite. That egg will be negatively affected compared to all the other eggs. The leech on that person is another form of parasitism. The leech receives blood and is benefited, while the person loses blood and is negatively affected. Parasitism is very harmful to the host. Overall, a niche is every aspect within an environment. How everything works together and how a habitat maintains its carrying capacity is all part of a niche. Earth is one big niche.